RGC Podcast presents.
Okay. Welcome.
Do you want us to say cover to cover all together?
Yes.
We
We could do that.
Okay.
Welcome back, everyone, to an RGC Public Library podcast. We are your hosts, Kelsey.
And Melinda. And Janice.
And this is Cover to Cover. Well, this is different.
Very different.
We have two guest speakers in the house. We have Miss Melinda
Hello.
and Miss Janice.
Hello.
And we are missing Ene. So sad, but oh well.
Hey, she didn't come.
She didn't come. She wasn't able to make it. But good thing is, we have these two lovely ladies to join us today.
Yes. Hi.
Hi. So, Melinda, do you want to tell us about yourself? Because
Well-
we have been on your podcast, but I don't think you've been on ours yet.
No, I haven't. So my name is Melinda Gomez, and I am the communications coordinator for the Rio Grande City EDC.
Very good. Very straight to the point. Love it.
Yes.
And Miss Janice over here, she is one of our coworkers from the library. You guys have heard us talk about her before. Lovely Janice. She just gave me a thumbs up.
Yes.
All right. So let's just get into the topic because it's going to be me talking to you guys today.
Cool.
Which is
That's cool.
It's a little different,
Yeah.
but okay, cool. So this month we have Banned Book Week. Now, if you guys remember, our very first episode here on the podcast was Banned Books. It's almost been a year since we have been recording our podcast.
That's awesome.
Isn't that crazy?
Yes.
Where has the time gone?
With cover to cover.
It's gone out the window. Seasons have changed, but we're still here for now. Okay, so before we get started, I'm just gonna explain to you guys what like banned books mean. Like, in your opinion, like when you hear the term banned books, what do you think?
Just that somebody somewhere didn't like a book and complained about it, and a committee decided, okay, these are banned.
Okay, yeah, that's pretty much that's like the gist of it. So, according to Britannica.com, book banning is the practice of prohibiting and restricting the reading of certain books by the general public or by the members of a local community or religious group. Books can be banned by the means of the removal from publicly accessible locations, example, libraries, by their destruction, including the burning of printed books, or by making their authorship or distribution a punishable act. Books are typically banned by governments, but they can also be effectively banned by religious authorities, businesses, and in rare cases, powerful private individuals. To ban a book is almost always a controversial act in a liberal democracy, since its citizens consider media freedom to be both a common good and a necessary component of any democratic society. That was
Here. Yes.
that was a mouthful, but it's basically, yes, as you said, a group can ban a book by its content, or they say, oh, these books are not appropriate for a certain demographic, so these need to be restricted or put away. And it is kind of, if you think about it, it is a little ridiculous in 2024 to be banning books, considering we do have freedom of speech, freedom of press.
Yes.
But it is also, you can see both sides to both arguments, in my opinion. Like, let's say, for example, aging myself here. When I was in middle school, Eclipse was not available to us. The Twilight Saga
Okay.
Eclipse.
Uh-huh.
Because it had mature themed content.
Okay.
So, like, I get it. Like, in some circumstances, I understand why some people may be like, oh, these are not approved for, like, a younger audience.
Well, yeah, I would totally get that because you have that with the movie ratings. Like,
Exactly.
you don't want, somebody under 18 going to see something that's not appropriate,
Yes,
extremely adult themed.
exactly.
But,
But to go to the extent of burning books, now that is a little
yeah, that's a
extreme.
crime.
That's a crime.
Yes.
That has to be, right? Fun fact, the most recent book burn was in 2023.
What?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
It was a church group.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
no comment.
This headphone keeps I can hear from here, but not from here.
Uh-oh.
I know.
Is it messing up on us?
It might be a little bit, but I think it was doing that to me last time too.
Okay.
So, okay. Is it my wire? Oh, there we go.
Is it better?
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. It was loose.
Oh my god.
Okay. And we're back.
We're back. Little technical difficulties. So I'm going to talk to you about a couple of books that were banned in 2024. These books were either banned or restricted. So banning is completely getting it off the shelves, and restriction means it can only be accessible to certain demographics. So the first book I'm going to talk about is The Hill We Climb, an inaugural poem, oh my god, I can't say that word.
Inaugural?
That is a tough word. Poem for the Country by Amanda Gorman. According to the NPR.org, Amanda Gorman's poetry has heralded a presidential inauguration and a UN General Assembly, but access to it is now restricted at a Miami-Dade County school, the latest casualty in the fight over library books. The complaint filed against Gorman's book, The Hill We Climb, named for the poem she famously recited at President Biden's 2021 swearing-in, alleges that the work is not educational, contains indirect hate speech, and shouldn't be in schools. After a review, the Bob Graham Education Center, a K-8 school in Miami Lakes, decided to retain the book, but only if it's shelved in an area reserved for middle school students. What do you think about that?
So middle schoolers can access it?
Middle schoolers
and
can
high schoolers?
And high schoolers, yes. Like anybody from middle school up can access the book, but anyone lower cannot. But
then what's the reading level of the book? Because then
it wasn't stated.
Oh, okay. Because then it's kind of like, well, not that it makes it okay. I'm just kind of wondering, like, if they don't want elementary students to read it, was it written for an elementary student?
Exactly.
Or is it?
So was this fight was it actually necessary to ban it from schools if it's not aimed towards that general demographic?
Just on the information that I have right now,
yes.
I don't think it was necessary because again, if the book wasn't written for a particular age group,
yes,
then there's no need to be so concerned that the first grader is going to go and read something and it'll probably go over their head because they're in first grade. They barely know
exactly
their ABCs and grammar and all
I know.
that stuff.
I was a teacher's aide for pre-K. I was in kinder. I was a kinder teacher's aide. I mean, I don't think my kids could read a poem for an inauguration event. I'm sorry. I love you guys if you're listening to Miss Angie apologizes. So the next book I'm going to be talking about is called The Bluest Eye by Toni Morrison. Set during the Great Depression, it tells the story of Pecola Breedlove, a young African-American girl longing to have the bluest eyes, a characteristic that she believes would make her more beautiful according to white cultural standards of beauty. On August 30th, a group of parents in Rockford Public Schools filed a lawsuit claiming that school administrators were circulating library books that were harmful to minors. They also claimed the district violated state guidelines on sex education materials because explicit books were in school libraries. The suit focused on 14 titles, including The Bluest Eye. Most were by or about LGBTQI+ or BIPOC individuals. On October 25th, Judge George J. Quist dismissed the lawsuit, ruling the books possessed library value and did not meet the statutory definition of harmful to minors. He cited the fact that all received accolades or appeared on bestseller lists as proof.
Okay. Well, I mean, you get a list of banned books, and the first thing people are going to go do is go find it and read it, because it's like, oh my God, what's the drama about?
It's like, oh my God, it's controversial.
Yeah,
It's
like,
scathing.
why?
Like, people want to read controversial things.
Yeah.
Because they want something to talk about.
Yeah.
And the fact that these people tried to ban this book, but the principal was like, hey, no, the judge was like, hey, but it's on a bestseller list. Like, it's fine. Like, well, kudos to him.
Yeah.
Because I am in the state where I believe that, like, read a banned book. It's a book. Like, it's what's it gonna do?
Give you ideas.
Oh no, the ideas. You can't stop the ideas.
No. We have to stop the ideas.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know if I'll be invited back again after this.
This is great. This is fun. Okay. So the next book I want to talk about is called The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas. Hold on, I need my paper. I'm blank. The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas is a powerful novel that explores racism and police brutality through the eyes of Star, a 16-year-old girl. It addresses themes of identity activism and the importance of speaking out against injustice. Collier County Public Schools in Florida removed 88 titles from the district libraries because board members feared they had explicit content, which is prohibited by Florida HB 1069. The district posted a 73-page document to their website listing the content used to justify the bans. In response to the passage of Missouri SB 775, these are all laws, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
The St. Clair School District removed The Hate You Give from school libraries, fearing potential criminal penalties for school staff. Parents challenged 5 titles in Shawnee Heights Unified School District, Kansas, libraries including The Hate You Give, Genderqueer, and All Boys Aren't Blue. All 5 titles were retained. If you remember our very first episode, the banned books, we talked about All Boys Aren't Blue.
Okay.
And that book was banned in 2023 for LGBTQI content.
Okay.
And I don't know, because it's a touchy subject. It really is, because everybody has like different opinions and different like ideas on what like children should be reading or what should be available in schools. But you can't change who a child is. So
No.
the fact, like, if they have this material, if they have like the material available to read to them, it might make them more comfortable to be them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that a lot of schools are trying to ban these books, it's kind of like, okay, cool. Why?
Yeah.
Is there a deeper root to these issues?
Well, I mean, of course there is. I'm not sure.
It's a little controversial.
I know, it's really controversial.
But this is what banned books does to us.
Yeah.
Like, it brings out the controversial topics that people don't want to talk about, but I feel like need to be discussed.
True. Yeah, I agree.
Thank you for agreeing. Okay, I have one more book on my banned.
I mean, there's totally different walks of life, and not everybody fits in the same boat. Nobody fits in the same hole. Nobody fits in the same,
Everybody's
the
different.
little games, the little what was it that the kindergartners play with, or the babies with the
the peg?
Yeah,
things?
The triangle, the circle, the square, it's kind of like not everybody's going to fit in. You're a square and you're not going to fit into the triangle.
Yes.
So it's kind of like.
So I have another.
Okay.
I have opinions. I have opinions. If a book is the biggest problem on your list, like, what else is going on in your life that you are adamant to ban a book from a library? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because then you have to really think about it. What?
It's okay. This is a free space.
Right. what is it about the book that you has you all,
In an uproar.
but then how often are people reading this book? How often are they picking it up? Because it makes it seem like everybody's like just waiting in line to get that book, as opposed to something on YouTube or TikTok or social media where it's just like there it's instant,
Yeah.
But here in a book how.
And
Like,
here,
what's the
okay.
what's the turnover of like?
And here's my opinion: the more uproar you make about a book, the more people want to read the book.
Exactly. So it's kind of
like if they had left the book alone, like it might have just, like been hidden within the shelves. You know what I mean? Like, or like people would have read it, but they wouldn't have made like any noise about
nobody
it.
would have seen it. There's so many titles in the library, and it's kind of like, how often are there some books that
But then you see lawsuits like this, and I'm like, oh, now I kind of want to read The Hate You Give. You know what I mean? That might just be me. And I think my iPad turned off.
Oh, that's why you keep on looking over there.
I did. I looked, and I was like, oh no, my bloopers.
Oh well. Did you get some bloopers?
I think I got some.
Okay.
I wasn't recording when we were talking about the snake.
Oh, okay. That would have been funny.
I know. Was I recording about? I think I was recording about the snake. I think I was. Okay, we got that. Okay, I have one more book to talk about for my banned book list.
Okay.
Are you ready for this?
Yes.
Okay. So the last book I'm going to be talking about for our banned book week is The Fire Next Time by James Baldwin. According to bannedbooksusa.org, this is a national bestseller when it first appeared in 1963. The Fire Next Time galvanized the nation and gave passionate voice to the emerging civil rights movement. At once a powerful evocation of James Baldwin's early life in Harlem and a disturbing examination of the consequences of racial injustice, the book is an instantly personal and provocative document. It consists of 2 letters written on the occasion of the centennial of the Emancipation Proclamation that exhorts Americans, both black and white, to attack the terrible legacy of racism. Described by the New York Times Book Review, a sermon, ultimatum, confession, deposition, testament, and chronicle, all presented in the searing, brilliant prose, The Fire Next Time stands as a classic of our literature. It is still getting banned because of the content it holds, like the racial injustice, since it is such a sensitive topic in our country, like
I don't
forever.
understand why it's a sensitive topic. It's part of our country's history.
Really
we have
is.
so many people that have gone through hardships.
And people are trying to erase it.
Exactly. And to say that their experience is nothing and meant nothing, and
by trying to cover it up.
Exactly. It's kind of like they're giving their testament to the world, and
it's getting banned or restricted or taken off the shelves.
Erase it.
It's controversial in the terms that it is being like it's erasure. It is. It really is, and it is such a terrible thing that is happening in our country. Not to get political. But it's something that we need to discuss as a society, and I think that is the beauty of libraries, that we offer all this material for people to read without having the fear of like, oh my God, I shouldn't be reading this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, we offer you the opportunity to read the banned books. Read them. It's fine. Mm-hmm. We have free library cards. Get them.
Don't forget to sign up for your free library card.
It is library card sign up month.
There you go.
So, what did you guys think about my banned books?
I think they're pretty awesome. I want to read them. I actually want to read James Baldwin. I have seen some of his interviews, and oh my gosh, that man is he was so expressive, and I'm a loss for words. Like his experience. Mm-hmm.
It's
I want to know more about it.
Yes.
Like his experience in his life being a black man.
Yes.
I think it's worth reading.
I really appreciate you guys listening to me read and stutter.
Oh, okay.
I'm not done yet.
No, okay. There's more to come.
There's more to come. That was just our topic 1 banned books of 2024. Now, again, it is all up into interpretation. What you deem is like oh my god, what's the word I'm looking for? Like what you deem is like suitable for like either you or your children to read. But I think that is up to the parents.
That's up to the individual.
Up to, like, if you have a minor, then like maybe
it's up
like
to the parent.
But I don't think a group of people should have the ultimatum say so, like the ultimate say so at the end for a title of a book.
I want to say I agree with that. It becomes a slippery slope because
It does.
I would say I can understand that, but I can understand why maybe some titles
Could be restricted.
could be restricted. Again, I mentioned earlier, like you have movies that are restricted for a particular subject matter,
Yes.
so that should be applied to a book, like
And there are some books that do have ratings. Like, for example, like manga, like the Japanese style comic books. On the back of it, you can see the rating of like the content it has. And that is a good thing for people to like check before, maybe purchasing. Like, hey, this is what I'm in for. This is rated T for teens. You know what I mean? But maybe before reading a book, you can check out the summary. I mean, they're on the cover. The little summary on the side about the author, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's a tricky subject. It really is, but it needs to be discussed because A, it's banned book week, and B, we work at a library with books.
So we're talking about it.
We're talking about it. And of course, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. This is just the opinion of a clerk. And I appreciate you guys taking the time to listen to that.
Okay.
Don't give me that smile. All right, so should we move on to our national days?
Yes, let's get to it.
All right. Surprise, surprise, my national day is banned book week.
I was going to do that meme of the surprise,
surprise. That has been stuck in my head. For, like, I'll be at the library, like, checking in a book, and I'm like, surprise, surprise. So, Banned Book Week takes place between September 22nd to the 28th. And I don't know if it changes every year, but this year, that's where it's at. It changes every year, right, Janice?
I believe so.
Okay, cool. Thank you. According to the American Library Association, Banned Book Week was launched in 1982 in the response to a sudden surge in the number of challenges to books in libraries, bookstores, and schools. By focusing on efforts to remove or restrict access to books, Banned Book Week draws national attention to the harms of censorship. Typically, but not always, held during the last week of September, the annual event highlights the value of free and open access to information and brings together the entire book community, librarians, educators, authors, publishers, booksellers, and readers of all types, in shared support of the freedom to seek and to express ideas. That is beautiful. I need to breathe sometimes. Because sometimes I read and I'm like,
That was a long paragraph.
That was a long paragraph. Hold on, I think there's more. No, we're good there.
Okay.
Actually, no, we're not good. There's one more.
Okay.
The theme for Banned Book Week of 2024 is Freed Between the Lines. That is a fun play on words. We can find freedom in the pages of a book, but book bans and censorship threatens that freedom, along with many other rights and institutions. During Banned Book Week 2024 and beyond, let's share our love of rights to read and the freedom found in books. Let's be freed between the lines, is what it says. That's what I got from Taylor. Don't laugh at me. Okay, so
What's next?
calendar of events.
Okay.
I gotta breathe. I'm asthmatic. I've been having trouble breathing. It's very humid lately.
That it has been. We've All that rain that we got this past
I
weekend.
know. And then my mom, we saw a rainbow. And my mom was like, "Oh, the rain's gone." I'm like, no, it's not. It's gone. And now we're just left with the bugs and the humidity.
Yes.
And the weeds. Okay, we are halfway through September. How did that happen?
I have no idea.
Where did it go? Like, I blinked, and then autumn started. And
Actually,
it has started in my heart.
oh.
What were you going to say?
First day of fall is September 22nd.
Hey, would you look at that?
Yes.
Ben Book Week. It's already autumn in my heart, Melinda. But we need to talk about what we have planned for the rest of the month. If you didn't make it to our last Ready, Set, Draw, don't worry, we still have our Hispanic Heritage Month Ready, Set, Draw program, which will be held on September 24th of 2024. Between the hours of 4:30 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. here at the RGC Public Library. Lastly, we are also having a Medicare 101 event here on Friday, September 28th from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. with professionals who will be available to answer any questions you might have regarding the topic. It is also, as I stated, it is Library Card Sign-Up Month. So if you come visit the RGC Public Library and you don't have a library card with us, you can get one for free. But I mean, if you had one and you lost it, it's $1. It's $1 to replace it. I'm sorry. Can't help you there. Let's move on to programs. So Anna usually does this part, and she speaks brilliant Spanish, and my Spanish is like, so it's okay. I got it.
Okay.
It may sound like, but I got it. Janice's heart was already like, no.
Janice had a heart attack in the corner.
Like she heard me say Spanish, and she's like, no. Okay. Don't forget, starting in September, we are introducing our new Monday programs, Miscellaneous Mondays. Girl, what is your heart rate?
I'm so sorry.
What is it?
1:30.
My God.
Janice, I'm gonna need for you to go sit it on the couch and put your legs up.
Just go breathe. Okay. Yeah, we're keeping that in.
It'll be a blooper reel.
Okay. It's not even recording. Don't forget, starting in September, we are introducing our new Monday programs, Miscellaneous Mondays. Every Monday, we have a different and unique program for our patrons here at the RGC Public Library between the hours of 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. Then, every Wednesday in September, we are continuing our adult program titled Fall Crafts with Kelsey, which happens between also 10 a.m. to 11 a.m.
That's you.
That's me. My ladies enjoy the class. I think they do, right? They make fun fall things.
Okay. I've been wanting to go. I just haven't made it.
Why can't you come?
I got stuff to do.
Fine, your excuse.
I mean, we both work for the city, so
Yeah, we have the same schedule. ESL has also started up once again, and it's happening every Tuesday and Thursday from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Las clases de ESL se llevarán a cabo en la Biblioteca Pública de la Ciudad de Rio Grande City cada martes y jueves de las 9 a las 11. Hey! Good job! Thank you! Next, we have our new Beanstack Reading Challenge up and running starting September 15th to October 15th. This month's theme is Hispanic Heritage Month. Join us for this 4-week program. Earn badges by logging books, minutes, and completing activities along the way. Complete your badges and get a special prize at the end of your completion. Lastly, we have our monthly scavenger hunt still going on at the RGC Public Library. Discover the 6 Hispanic characters lurking around the library, zap the QR code, and dive into their captivating universe. Each character has a unique story to tell, filled with rich cultural heritage and vibrant experiences. As you venture through the library, you'll meet them and their unique story. I spit on my page. My mouth is like, spit, spit, spit. Okay, so we're doing something a little different. For the book of the week, it's still the what is it? Diary of the Wimpy Kid. It's still Diary of the Wimpy Kid. I don't know what is it. Kids love that book, and now all top 3 are Diary of the Wimpy Kid. So now we're doing staff picks.
Okay.
And I'm doing another banned book, which is in our collection. It's called Sold by Patricia McCormick. Here we go. I'm blind. I really am. Lakshmi is a 12-year-old girl who lives with her family in a small hut on the mountain of Nepal. Though she is desperately poor, her life is full of simple pleasures, like playing hopscotch with her best friend from school and having her mother brush her hair by the light of an oil lamp. But when the harsh Himalayan monsoons wash away all that remains of the family's crops, Lakshmi's stepfather says she must leave home and take a job to support her family. He introduces her to a glamorous stranger who tells her she will find a job as a maid in the city. Glad to be able to help, Lakshmi journeys to India and arrives at the Happiness House, full of hope. But she soon learns that the unthinkable truth: she has been sold into slavery. According to PEN America, Sold by Patricia McCormick is tied for the 6th most banned book in the United States. It is banned in 11 school districts in 6 states. Oh, I thought you were like... As recent as February of 2024, the Black Hawk Area School District in Pennsylvania began banning library books at the behest of 2 moms for Liberty members serving on the board. Don't laugh.
Liberty. Get out of my head.
I can't. I'm trying to be serious.
I'm thinking like Liberty Bibbity.
Liberty bibbity.
Liberty Bibbity. Okay, redo that.
Okay. But I want that to stay in.
It's a serious topic. We can't have that in there.
That was so good. Okay.
No Liberty Bibbity.
As recent as 2024, the Black Hawk Area School District, Pennsylvania, began banning library books at the behest of 2 Moms for Liberty members serving on the board. 10 titles, including Sold, were removed without following district policy. On October 19th, the board adopted a new policy allowing removal of library books any district resident deems objectable to their values or fundamental religious beliefs. The policy requires removing the books as soon as a challenge is received. The Education Law Center and the American Association of School Librarians sent letters citing grave constitutional concerns and urging the board to overturn this policy. That is intense. That the second the ban or like a controversy is mentioned, off the shelf.
Well, you got to remember that
It's a school.
it's a school district, and until they assess what the situation is, they are going to go ahead and just remove it because, like, they don't want to be held liable for...
You know what? Now that you put it that way, I get it.
Yeah, and then now my question is, and I don't know if you would know, I don't know if anybody out there, any librarians know, what's the process of getting a book banned? Because it's like, do you read the book and then you have to, like, is there like a book report because you have to, and then cite examples of
I'm
why,
pretty
you know
sure
what I mean? Because to me,
that
seems
sounds
like,
intense.
Exactly.
That sounds like a lot of work. No, I'm pretty sure it has to because I know each state has different laws regarding, like, let's say what is acceptable for minors and what is not, right? So they probably have to get the proof or like get context from the book, put it into like a format, like maybe like an essay or research paper, and present it to like a board and be like, hey, like this is probably like not suitable for children.
Yeah.
or for like younger.
I would hope that they
individuals.
would do that because I don't
That's,
know.
like, the best
I
way
would
I can think
they
of.
would do that. You would think that they would
Like
do
if
that,
they
but
do
then you
that,
don't know.
like
you
if
know?
they did that, like I get it. You did your research. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
But like if they just like, hey, I don't like that book. What the heck, man?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so we are almost done.
Why?
Cause. But now we have to do book reviews, and it's just me, so there's one book review.
All right. Well, let's just review the book.
Cool. Where's my book review? You hear all these papers flapping? That's me panicking. Here it is. Book reviews. It's just me.
Okay, so the book reviews, y'all.
Yeah. So we have a box.
Okay.
It was a box I stole from the attic. And it's covered in butcher paper, and on it says book reviews. And on top of the box, there are these blank papers that patrons can take for free. I mean, it's just a paper, right?
Okay.
And they can give us their opinion on a book they read. Usually when somebody turns in a book, we suggest, like, hey, like, you want to do a book review? And, like, sometimes they're like, yeah, but sometimes they're like, oh, maybe later.
Yeah.
And I'm like, come on, just give me a book
They're
review.
in a hurry, so
Right. Yes, just give me a book review.
But it's cute. If you look at the form,
Yeah, it's a cute form. And Melinda designed that.
you have your optional, you have your name and date, and then you put your book title and the author, and then you have 5 stars that you can color in.
Yes.
To rate it. I think that's super cute.
I've had people put stickers on the stars.
Really?
Yeah.
And then after that, you put in your own words what the book was about. And then what did you do? What did you think of the book? So this is a cute little...
The little formatted
It's
paper.
a little format.
Yeah.
It's like even half a page. It's not extensive or anything.
It's not. It's like, just give me a paragraph or like a sentence. And it's like, hey, that's good enough. Thank you. All right. So this book review, unfortunately, does not have a name, so it's anonymous. But the book title is Quick as a Cricket by, oh my God, I got a burp.
Okay, do that again.
I burped Marie calendars. That came out of my soul. Okay. So unfortunately, this book review does not have a name, so it's going to be anonymous. But the book title is Quick as a Cricket by author Audrey Wood. Now, they didn't color in the stars. So did they? As of right now, I don't know if they liked the book. In your words, what was this book about? The book was about how a person can have a variety of different feelings and emotions to make him his own way. Aw, it's good to be one with your emotions.
Yeah.
I'm very emotional right now. I want to cry. What did you think of the book? I really like this book. Then color in the stars.
Well, maybe they didn't have a color.
We have color. We have pencil. They wrote it in a pen. They could have colored it with a pen. I really like this book. It shows how a person can be different in their own way. We were just talking about how everybody's different.
Yes. And here's a book that gives you an example.
Quick as a cricket. Quick as a tongue twister. Quick as a cricket. That was anticlimactic. Well, it is time to say goodbye.
Okay.
Be more sad. I don't know if this was awkward, that it was just me talking, but I really do appreciate that you were like interacting with me, guys, because I don't know how I felt about reading.
Well, I know when you're
I'm so used to my co-host.
Yeah, you get used to going back and forth with your co-host and, you know, like
The banter
and everything. And then when I'm editing y'all's podcast, half the time I'm laughing.
Well, I appreciate
Make
that.
sure y'all listen to Cover. These ladies, they are a joy to listen to.
Oh, you're going to make me cry. Stop it. We would like to thank everyone who tuned in today's episode. We would like to send you off with this quote. Books are uniquely portable magic by Stephen King. Until next time, this is Cover to Cover, an RGC Public Library podcast.
This podcast is an initiative of the City of Rio Grande City and the Rio Grande City EDC. If you would like to know more about certain topics pertaining to the municipality or have an idea for an upcoming podcast, email mgomez@rgcedc.com or brubio@cityofrgc.com.
RGC Podcast.